Morning, guys. Let's go get us some bunnies. First off, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please hit the subscribe button, and if you enjoy the video, please give it a like. So I kicked off this trip at about 5:30 in the morning. I had to go about 180 miles to pick up my first rabbit, and then another 110 to pick up the other 3. Why so far, you ask? Well, it's because these are silver fox rabbits, which are a heritage breed. They can be pretty hard to find, and reputable breeders can be few and far between. I've talked about what I like about this breed in an earlier video, and I'll link that one here. Suffice it to say that my prior experience with this breed has made me a believer, and there's no going back. So I made it to my first stop, where I met with a super nice older gentleman who was helping my breeder out while he and his family were away. We chatted for a bit and shared a couple stories about our experiences raising rabbits. I would have loved to spend more time talking to him, but unfortunately I was on a time crunch and had to get back on the road. Here's a pic of Fred right after I picked him up. Afterwards, we made the trip on down to Atlanta to pick up the other 3. Here's all 4 of them chilling out. And finally, it was time for the return trip. Needless to say, we were all pooped by the time we got back.
Everybody likes you, rabbits.
What do you think, Jacoby? Dwayne?
Huh?
Did you miss having rabbits?
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy?
I don't know. What should we name them?
The gray one is Fred, and then the black ones are Jack,
Here, I'll take your picture.
Jack, Janet,
Ready?
and Chrissy.
Smile.
Why? Why?
It's just like
Because
the
they're named after characters on an old TV show.
You curious, aren't you?
Smile. Jacoby. Look. I know. Really? It's like those photos. Yes, they are there.
Alright guys, so we are in the Rabbitry. I've got the wire run for the electrical fence and the electric fence, and basically it's coming from over here where I've got the energizer. Goes all the way over here, and then it goes over here, so it runs kind of underneath the rabbit hutches, and then it comes back on the upper connectors, and it goes back over here and then back around to where it connects back over here, and I'm getting ready to power this sucker up. According to the instructions, the green connector goes to the ground, the red one goes to the wire, and then when I plug this in, the light should be flashing on the charge control, or on the energizer, and that tells me that it is actually working. So I'm going to give this a shot and we'll see how it goes. There we go. We have power to it. Now to test it and see if it actually works. Should I actually touch it? What do you think? Ouch! So I finally made it home with the rabbits, and I could not be happier. I stopped in Chattanooga first and picked up Fred, who is a blue silver fox male. He is from the same breeder that Sandy Pearl and Mork came from, and they graciously gifted me this rabbit because of the horrible incident with the dogs that tore up the Rabbitry. So thank you guys so much. Greg, you're the man. And then I went on down to Atlanta, where I met the other breeder who sold me Jack, and then Chrissy and Janet. So only those of you who are, past a certain age will get the reference, Three's Company kind of deal. So Fred and then Wilma will be my doe that I'm going to get from Greg with Baney Haven Rabbits in November. And so I got them all set up. I am just getting ready to give them their transition feed. Like to keep them on the same food they've been on, just to help them with the stress of the move. It was a long trip. It was about 600 miles round trip for me today, and these rabbits are champs. So I'm going to give them some of their transition food. I gave them some water. I always put in about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with a gallon of water for my rabbits. It's just a general health kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of them, and then I'm going to get my security system set up, and then I have to go get ready for a show. So for my security system, it is four steps. Number one, I've got my dogs on the other side of this in a kennel. At least during the day, they will be able to notify me if anybody's trying to get in. And then back here, this was wide open, which is still good because it gives the rabbits some kind of natural light in here during the day. But I did fence that off. I put some fencing panel down here, so if any dog wants to get in, they're either going to have to jump over that or they're going to have to dig under it. And then after that, I've got a flashbang tripwire using a 12 gauge flashbang. It's going to sound like a shotgun. So if that doesn't scare the dog away, then I've got this electric fence that runs underneath the rabbit hutches, and it runs all along here too. So that way, once the dog gets in, if the 12 gauge didn't scare him, the electric fence should keep him away from the rabbits. I'm hoping that does the job, because I never want to see that again. And my experience with dogs is that much between the rabbits and the dog, or between the dog and the rabbit. Most dogs are going to hightail it out of here, especially after the flashbang. So fingers crossed, pray for me. And I'm not going to go through the flashbang or anything right now. Like I said, I've got to get in there and take a shower, change my clothes, get ready for the show, because the show must go on. So until next time, I'll catch you later.